Om. In the 168th verse of Vivekachudamani, Shankaracharya says, Panchendriyaihi panchabireva hotribihi prachiyamano vishayajya dharaya jajvalyamano bahuvasanendanaihi manomayagni dahati prapancham. How does this universe come into existence? How does this universe which we see constantly come into existence? Panchendriyaihi, panchabireva hotribihi. Hotri means people who perform a yajna, a homa. They are called hotru. The priests, they are called the hotru. So here a beautiful illustration is given that all these 5 sense organs, panchendriyahi, which form part of the manomaya kosha, these sense organs, they are the panchabireva hotribihi, for they are the priests for this homa. They are the priests for this homa. So these sense organs, what does a priest do when the homa goes on? The priest does puts different kinds of oblations or offerings inside the homa. And suppose the wood in homa gets less, then they put the wood, they put the ghee, etc. There will be 4 or 5 priests sitting who will do this. So these 5 sense organs, they add to the fire of our universe. Our universe, which is born out of ignorance, is maintained by these sense organs, 5 sense organs. And these 5 sense organs, they add fire, they ensure that this universe is going on and on. And Vishaya Ajya Dharaya. So what is the Dharaya? They are being fed by the flow of the stream of Vishaya. And Ajya means offering. So these sense organs are the priests who maintain the universe, the ignorance of universe. And the offering is sense objects. If eye has got nothing to see, then eye will be practically useless. If ears have nothing to hear, they will be practically useless. If nose has nothing to smell, it will be practically useless. But these sense objects of different sense organs are being fed in dharaya, in a continuous stream, without break, in a continuous stream. They are being fed. And jajvalyamana hai. This fire of our ignorance or universe is jajvalyamana hai, is blazing, is the fire is burning in full glory. It is not that it is a feeble fire or a weak fire, but it is very strong. And bahuvasana indhanai. Again, what is the fuel for that? The priests are the sense organs and the offerings are sense objects. But what is the fuel? Just like in homa, they give ghee, etc. What is the fuel here? For this fire, the fuel is bahuvasana. Different kinds of desires are the fuel. In the previous verse, Shankaracharya talks about Manomaya Kosha. Now he talks about how this Manomaya Kosha is kept alive. How this Manomaya Kosha is kept alive. So he says Manomaya Agni Dahati. So this Agni, what is the fire of the sacrifice or the Homa? Is Manomaya Kosha. That is the mental sheath which covers our personality of Atman. And what does that sheath have? The sheath has the sense organs and mind. So this is the sheath. So Manomaya Kosha is the fire which brings into existence our whole universe. If there was no mind, there would be no universe. Mindless state, thoughtless state. There is, if there is no thought, there is complete cessation of thought, then there will be no universe. That is why Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the goal of Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. How to control or stop Nirodha, Chitta Vritti. The different kinds of modifications or impressions which come on in Chitta. Different kinds of disturbances which come in Chitta. Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is the cause of creating of a universe. So before you do anything, you think about that. Before you actually tell anything, you are supposed to. Many people without telling they talk, without thinking they talk, but you are supposed to think before you talk. You are supposed to think before you act. So even before you do something, that thought has first taken form in your mind. And that is the reason why we get dream. Why do we dream? Because there are so many thoughts, and the dream state is mind's way of relaxing. As body needs sleep, mind needs dream to relax. That is how mind relaxes. Now here, this is what is being talked about. Manomaya Agni Dahati Prapancham. Prapancham, this universe which we see different objects, people, different things, forms and shapes and names. This universe is because of the mind. It is the mind which projects this objective universe. And how is this kept on going? It is kept on going by the five senses and also the five sense objects and also the different kinds of desires. So what is the method or solution to bring this universe to a stop? Is to stop your desires. If you do not have desires, then this universe will stop. It will not exist. Nahi asti avidya manaso atirikta manohi avidya bhavabandha hetu tasmin vinashte sakalam vinashtam vijrimbite asmin sakalam vijrimbate. Shankaracharya says, Manasaha atirikta avidya na hi asti. Apart from mind, there is no ignorance. There is no ignorance other than avidya means ignorance. There is no ignorance other than mind. So whatever ignorance you have got, because of ignorance you consider yourself body. Because of ignorance you have to take birth again and again. Whatever ignorance you have got, that ignorance is because of the mind. It is because of the mind. Atman has no blemish, it has no ignorance. Atman has no mistake. Atman has no parts. But it is the mind which has ignorance. So manohi avidya bhavavanda hetuhu. And it is mind which is the ignorance or avidya, which is the cause of bhava bandha. Bhava means the very fact of coming into existence, and bandha means bondage. So here Shankaracharya is talking about the bondage of transmigration. The bondage of transmigration. That means punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam. Again and again you take birth and you die. So the reason for this is mind. Tasmin vinashte sakalam vinashtam. And if the mind is destroyed, everything will be destroyed. Everything will be destroyed. Why do we have suffering? Why do we suffer? Huh?
Due to mind.
Why do we suffer?
Due to desires. Desires. That is unfulfilled.
Okay, how to put it properly? Why do we suffer?
Because of our ignorance.
Avidya.
No, you already told it, but we suffer because we want to suffer. So desire means want. Because you want suffering, you suffer. So next time somebody comes and tells that I am suffering, you tell this person that you want, that is why suffering. Afterwards, what happens? That is your own responsibility. But that is the truth. We suffer because we want to suffer. There is want, and that is why we suffer. So, tasmin vinashte sakalam vinashtam. If the mind is destroyed, everything is destroyed. Means the suffering is destroyed. If the mind is not there, nothing will be there. It is because of the mind that everything is created. So what you should do is that you should try to control your thoughts, and by controlling your thoughts, you will be able to control your desires. Vijrimbite asmin sakalam vijrimbate. And if this mind is manifested, then everything else is manifested. And that this has been seen. We see it in daily practice. We sit in front of a very delicious food, and if our mind is confused, or if our mind is worried, if it is in some shock, or it is suffering, then that food, the taste of the food does not affect us at all. We sit in front of some movie or something, some video, or in front of some person, or maybe some natural scenery, but if your mind is not in a proper condition, all these things will have no effect at all. And all of us have this experience from childhood, when you sit in the class and teacher is telling you something, but nothing is entering your mind because your mind is somewhere else after the class. So tasmin vinashte sakalam vinashtam. If the mind is not there, nothing is there. That's why the point is that you have to control the mind. Vijrimbate asmin sakalam vijrimbate. If vijrimbate, if this is manifested, if the mind gets prominence, then everything comes into existence. According to Advaita Vedanta, this whole world, there is only Brahman. This world we see because of ignorance. And if we remove the ignorance, then we will see only Brahman. And what happens when a person gets knowledge, or when a person goes into the highest state of nirvikalpa samadhi, means there is no other form or name or shape, nothing. Nothing happens. What happens is that that person's mind is destroyed. There is no more any thought. Swapne artha shunye srijati swashaktya bhoktradi vishwam manaeva sarvam tathaiva jagrati api no visheshah tatsarvametan manaso vijrimbanam. Swapne artha shunye. So now Shankaracharya tells how mind is powerful. He goes on elaborating different parts of the mind. He says, Swapne Artha Shunye, in the dream state. Basically, we have three states of consciousness: the waking, the dream state, and the dreamless sleep state. In Sanskrit, they are called as Jagrata, Swapna, and Shushupti. In the Swapna state, what happens? Now, many people have so many confusions regarding sleep, because generally we think, why do we need to think about sleep? But sleep is a very dangerous topic and a very important topic. Why? Because increasingly in many countries, including India, people are suffering from sleep deprivation. People don't sleep. So Swamiji came and told, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. I think people have misunderstood the message. So they are not sleeping. I don't think that is what Swamiji meant. But anyway, sleep deprivation is a big problem. And why is sleep necessary? Sleep is necessary at various levels. First, at the physical level. Physical level, sleep is necessary because when you work, all your muscles and other parts of your body get exerted. They get tired. So there is a lot of exertion and they get tired, exhausted. And in sleep, those parts of your body, including muscles, they get rejuvenated. And sleep is very important for digestion because when you eat food, though not exactly like it happens in the case of cow or other cattle, but we use a lot of time during sleep to digest our food. So the digestive mechanism needs sleep. That is, when the body's resources are used less and less by other organs, then the digestive system starts using it. And people who think that they can exercise, etc., there are people who think they are bodybuilders, etc. Studies have shown that even bodybuilders, they need to sleep nicely. If a bodybuilder or a person who is into exercise doesn't sleep properly, then when we exercise, what happens is we actually sometimes break some muscle tissues, etc. So those muscles are rejuvenated, and that is one of the main reasons of exercise. So exercise means you take the muscles to a optimum point, to the maximum exertion point, and then they get rejuvenated, and then they become stronger and stronger. Without sleep, a person cannot even build one's body. And at the psychological level, sleep brings, many people think that I sleep and I get up, I don't have any dream. So they say, I don't dream anything. I simply sleep and I get up in the morning, so I have no dream. It is practically impossible for one person to not have dreams. Dreams always are there, and only two people can not have dreams. One is a complete schizophrenic, that means a completely mad person, and because of not having dream, that person may become mad. And the other person is a yogi who is established in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Because most of the people I hope here also are not such people. So no, I don't hope that you are not yogis, but I'm hoping for you are not schizophrenics. So if you are not that, then your dream will happen. You will get dream phase in sleep. But then why is it that we do not remember it? Because unless you get up in the middle of a dream, you will never remember a dream. If you get up in the middle of dreamless state, you will not remember what dream you saw, unless it is some vivid dream and you got up in between. Sometimes it happens that you get up in between, but you don't know, because we always don't get up and open our eyes. So people don't know that they have got up in the middle of the dream. So those people, they think that I had a sleep without dream, but everyone has dream. And this is everyone dreams, and these dreams are the place, or it is the process by which your mind gets relaxed. It is your mind's resting time. So there are, in sleep, there are two phases. One is called the rapid eye movement phase. When the person is sleeping, the eye will be moving. And another is called non-rapid eye movement phase, when the eye will not be moving. And this non-rapid eye movement phase is the phase when there is deep sleep. So generally, a person should have at least 3 to 4 hours of deep sleep, and that is why it is told that a person should sleep for 7 to 8 hours, because usually it is 50-50, deep sleep and dream sleep. So it is better not to meddle with sleep. Better to sleep nicely, and then the world will be a better place next day morning. Whenever you have a good sleep, you get up, everybody is so nice, everybody is so affectionate and loving, like that you feel. But if you don't have sleep, then everybody becomes very bad, the whole world is bad, etc. So this is very important. Now here Shankaracharya says that how mind is very powerful. He says swapne, in dream what happens? Artha shunye. There are no sense objects in dream. It is not that though many people may do, many people may also wear spectacles while sleeping. No, you wear?
No, not yet.
So to have a good better vision in dream. But generally people don't do that, and they don't have things around them. But in dream you get all kinds of things. You were thinking of purchasing iPhone 6. No, you are not thinking. Somebody said position is very important. That by 6 Apple 6. 6 Apple is only 100 some rupees, and Apple 6 is 60,000 rupees. So position is very important. So iPhone 6 you are thinking of purchasing, and then you are thinking how to make this money or how to bring this money, etc. Means I am talking about ordinary people. You may have money immediately with you. So, and then you go to sleep, and immediately you are already you are talking in iPhone 6. You already are having one iPhone 6 and you are using it. Though it is artha shunya, there are no sense objects, there are no objects, but you have got everything. You are thinking how to go to, say, Caribbean islands. Did you ever think? No. Oh, you thought. Okay. So I can do mind reading. Oh, Caribbean islands. So you are thinking that you will go to Caribbean islands. And then you go to sleep and you are already there in Caribbean islands. And then you are talking to these people, that people, etc. and something. And then you feel so nice. But you did not have any money, you did not book any ticket, etc. Suddenly. And then suddenly you remember that, oh, you have to go to the office, and immediately you are in the office. Even one nanosecond also is not lost. Immediately you are in the office, and also dress also changes suddenly. And of course, many people get dreams without dress. You know that. It's a very common dream. When people go through bouts of insecurity, they find themselves half dressed or without dress, etc. So dream artha shunye. Without any objects, you are creating everything. Who creates this? Your mind creates it. Srijati swashaktya. Swashaktya, out of its own power, your mind creates it. And bhoktradi vishwam manayeva sarvam. And in that mind alone creates all the things. Vishwam, the entire universe of bhoktr adi, of the enjoyer or experience and the things which are experienced. So this is another common dream, that you are, say, 40 plus something or 50 plus something, and you have a dream where your school friend is sitting in the who gives examinations, takes examinations when they are 50. But you get a dream that you are taking an examination, and there is a school, all your school children, school mates are also sitting. Then your colleague is sitting, office colleague, everything, all khichdi, everything, everybody is sitting, and you are taking an examination, and you read the question paper, you don't know any answer. So that is
finished.
Or the time is finished. This is a very common dream. So this type of dream. So who creates this dream? Huh? Oh, this is very common. That is the only dream I see. So who is the bhokta? Who is the bhoktru, or who is the experiencer? And who is experiencing what? What is being experienced? All these things are created by the mind. By the mind. So mind is so powerful. It is creating the entire, and there is no illumination also. This is another question which was asked in Upanishads, that who provides light when I close my eyes? When I close my eyes and also I switch off all the lights, say I am putting it in a modern context, I switch off all the lights, maybe some night lamp is burning. But in my dream, I see there is party, there are so many lights and all that, or maybe somebody has gone to disco, etc. And that there are so many lights. How, from where did these lights come? So that is mind gives that light. Mind gives that light. Tathaiva jagrati api no visheshaha tat sarvam etan manaso vijrumbanam. So he says, similarly, just understand that no visheshaha, there is naha visheshaha, there is no difference. There is no difference. There is no difference that even in waking state, it is the mind which creates everything. Everything which is created by the mind. What is the proof for this? How can you say that now this person is sitting, you are sitting, you'll say, oh, my existence is only in your mind. Or I can also say, my existence is only in your mind. What is the proof for this? The proof can be at various levels. Psychological proof is a person is there and the same person is seen differently by different people. The same person with the same life and character and capabilities and limitations is seen differently by different people. One person sees a father in that person, another person sees maybe a husband in that person, another person sees a son, another person sees a colleague. Even if all people were given the entire biodata or the life history of that person, they will see only that part in that person. So it is the mind which makes us see. And whenever we see a person, we are colored by our biases, by our wrong understandings, by our prejudices. We see only what we want to see in a particular person. So that shows that most of the things what we see is only in the mind. Only in the mind. Then Shankaracharya says, Sushupti kale manasi praline naivasti kinchit sakala prasiddhe atah mana kalpita eva pumsah sansara etasya na vastutah asti. What is the point of explaining that it is all because of the mind? The idea is, if it is all because of the mind, then mind is material, mind is impermanent, and so this whole world is impermanent. If this world is produced out of mind, because mind is impermanent and temporary, this whole world is impermanent and temporary. He says, Sushupti kale, in dreamless sleep, in deep sleep. Manasi praline, mind is dissolved, there is no mind in deep sleep. But we have ignorance. That is why we again come back, because of ignorance. So what do we say when we get up from dreamless sleep? We say that I had a good sleep. I had a wonderful sleep. So a person goes into sleep, and usually the first phase of sleep is dream sleep. So if a person is unable to go into the dreamless sleep state, then that person feels that the sleep is not good. Many times it happens that you just went to bed for maybe just 1 hour, and suddenly somebody called you or something happened, and you are not able to go into sleep. So what you are doing is, when you sleep, so many thoughts come and then you go into dreams, but then you are not able to get the dreamless sleep. So when you get the dreamless sleep, that is when you say that I had wonderful sleep, that I had a wonderful restful sleep. And but their mind is not there. Naiva asti kinchit sakala prasiddhe. And also there is nothing which is sakala prasiddhe. Prasiddhe means which is evident or which is known from universal experience. Sakala, everybody knows. So you don't have anything there. You don't drink water, you don't go to places, you don't meet people. Nothing is there. No experience at all. And atah, therefore, manah kalpita eva pumsah sansara. So this mind, pumsah sansara, the universe of human being, this whole world created by the human being is mana kalpita eva, is just thought of in the mind alone. Etasya na vastutah asti. It has no permanence or it has no reality. Etasya na vastutah asti. It does not have an objective reality. So he says, Shankaracharya says that because everything has been created only in the mind, so the solution to all your problems is, if you can transcend the mind, if you can go beyond the mind, if you can control the mind, or beginning you have to control the mind, then the ultimate goal is to go beyond the mind. So if you control the mind, then only you will be able to go beyond the mind. Now the mind is controlling you. If the mind is controlling you, how can you go beyond it? You cannot go beyond it. If you have to go beyond it, you have to first start controlling the mind, and then if you go beyond it, then you will understand that mind is creating all the confusion. Sri Ramakrishna put it very nicely. Ami morle. So that all this confusion, it will go away if your ego dies. And where is the ego? It is closely connected with the mind. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.